You're listening to TIMESTAND the Theory.
Hi everyone! Today we are going to talk about porter-dimond theory. The porter-dimond model is designed to help understand the competitive advantage that nations or groups possess due to certain factors available to them, and to explain how governments can act as catalysts to improve a country's position in a globally competitive economic environment. The model was created by Michael Porter, a recognized authority on corporate strategy and economic competition, and founder of the Institute for Strategy and Competitiveness at the Harvard Business School. It is a proactive economic theory, rather than one that simply quantifies competitive advantages that a country or region may have. The Porter diamond is also referred to as Porter's diamond, or the dimond model. The Porter diamond suggests that countries can create new factor advantages for themselves, such as a strong technology industry, skilled labor, and government support of a country's economy. Most traditional theories of global economics differ by mentioning elements, or factors, that a country or region inherently possesses, such as land, location, natural resources, labor, and population size as the primary determinants in a country's competitive economic advantage. Another application of the Porter diamond is in corporate strategy, to use as a framework to analyze the relative merits of investing and operating in various national markets. Porter's diamond framework consists of a system of 4 mutually reinforcing factors: factor conditions, demand conditions, related supporting industries, and firm strategy, structure and rivalry. If these conditions are favorable, domestic companies will continuously innovate, and as a result, they will remain competitive internationally. On the other hand, unfavorable conditions will result in the inability of these companies to compete globally. The first component is factor conditions. This component in the diamond refers to the availability of natural, capital, and human resources. Some countries can be rich in natural resources, such as Saudi Arabia, which has ample oil reserves, and Qatar, which is rich in natural gas. Other countries, such as Singapore, are rich in their human resources. Being rich in human resources means that the country has created factor conditions that foster the establishment of a skilled labor force. This usually means that the nation has created excellent infrastructure and a solid scientific knowledge base. These created factors are much more important than naturally occurring factors, as they ensure the country's competitive advantage over the long term. Venezuela, compared to Singapore, is a good case in point. With a population of 32 million, Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves in the world, 7, while Singapore has barely any natural resources. Yet Singapore, with no natural resources, has a $90,000 GDP per capita compared to $11,000 for Venezuela 8. In the long term, human capital development is what counts. How does Singapore do it? The country is keenly focused on developing and continuously revising its human resource strategies in conjunction with other national strategic economic policies. The second component is demand conditions. Local demand has a sizable effect on how well industries within a certain country do. While a larger market can present more challenges, it also creates opportunities for businesses within that industry to grow and flourish. The constant demand from local customers will push companies to grow, innovate, and improve quality. This can also lead companies to venture beyond their borders and compete internationally. Take the airline industry as an example. Spurred by strong local demand from both companies and the government, Boeing grew to be one of the leading aerospace manufacturers in the world. Nations can gain a clear competitive advantage in industries where demand from local customers puts pressure on companies to always do better. The third component is related and supporting industries. It is difficult for an industry to grow without a supporting ecosystem that can provide technology and spare parts. This support is especially important as the industry grows more complex. The presence of capable suppliers within a nation is key for the development of companies that use those suppliers for cost-effective access to quality inputs. In addition, the sharing of knowledge and information between suppliers and manufacturers gives companies within an industry early access to new products. For example, within the computer industry, Apple benefited widely from the existence of highly capable suppliers who not only manufactured parts, but also supplied Apple with innovative products that spurred growth. The mouse that Apple popularized in its Lisa system in 1983 was, in fact, first invented by Xerox. While Xerox is about to disappear into Japan's Fujifilm 10, Apple is one of the most valuable companies in the world. Therefore, a supporting ecosystem is critical to any industry's success, for without it, other companies in other countries will surely steal the show. The fourth component is firm strategy, structure, and rivalry. While the first three components are straightforward, this is the one component that countries get wrong. The competitiveness of firms in any country is largely determined by how those firms set strategy and structure themselves. Governments can impact this with laws that establish corporate governance rules. In addition, firms within an industry will be positively affected by a certain level of competition in that country. This is sometimes counterintuitive to many governments who prefer to protect their companies by limiting competition. This is dangerous, because in the long term it will lead to an industry's demise. When companies face no competition, they grow lazy and fail to innovate. And when companies fail to innovate, they die. It's that simple. That is why governments must focus on ensuring that there is healthy competition between different firms. The U.S. government is a good example as it has enacted antitrust laws, the laws that ensure competition, that exist in an open market economy and that are meticulously implemented. In 1998, when the U.S. government felt that Microsoft was cornering the operating system and browser markets, they threatened to break the company up. Porter's Diamond Model is a framework that explains why industries in some countries are much more developed and competitive compared to industries elsewhere. In our globalized world, remaining competitive in the long term is a must. There are different tools that can help government policymakers analyze possible policies. Porter's Diamond Model is a powerful framework that can be used both to describe the sources of a nation's competitive advantage and the path to obtaining such an advantage. Now it's your turn. What is the key to national wealth? Using the knowledge of Porter-Dimond model to support your opinion. Please provide your answer below the comment of TIMESTAND. Thank you and see you in class.